So yeah, Mark, this week I was in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I was able to tour the Sweetwaters, like music conglomerates. I don't know what it was. It was like this huge campus.
Never heard of
And
it.
so it's like it's almost like Google. It had a Google feel to it, or like Amazon. It was amazing. And
Wait, is this like a record label? What are you talking? I'm not
kind
sure
of,
I know
it's
what.
a whole thing, man. It's a huge thing. Like anybody that's into music or musical equipment or whatever would know what this is off the top of their head. This is like the place. It's like Guitar Center, but not physical locations. It's actually a little bit bigger than Guitar Center.
Oh, Sweetwater. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
So
they're very annoying. They send you the catalogs, and it's hard to get off the. Yeah. I bought like one
yeah,
speaker from them once, and
yes, yeah.
yes,
And so
okay.
I toured the facility. So I was in the
Where is it?
it's in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it was a weird place. I'm in the comedy club, and actually the headliner was doing some crowd work, just kind of farting around, and then this couple comes through the audience, comes through the line at the end of the show, and is like, hey, I work at Sweetwater. If you want a tour, I'll do it tomorrow. And
Oh,
so
so this was not like an official thing.
not an official
I was
tour at
thinking this is
all.
like, you can tour like a
Nope.
chocolate factory, like
Yeah,
Hershey's or
exactly.
whatever.
Yeah. No, it was like way more like we are getting the inside scoop. He is turning machines on. He is letting us see robots. It is like, what are we doing here, dude? It
Oh,
was
there's like it's like the distribution center.
it's a distribution center. Yes.
Okay,
And
cool. That's kind of
also,
neat. I'd like to see those Amazon, like
yeah,
the inside of those warehouses with all the robots moving around and
it was a weird because it's also a recording studio. It's like a real recording studio.
okay.
And it's a concert place and it's a presentation hall, and I didn't know what to expect. And we go and we did a tour. It was over 2 hours. We were walking around this place.
And they must have that room where all the people that call me all the time and say, "Hey, did
Yes,
you want any more musical equipment?"
yes, and they're really into guitars. So
Okay,
musical equipment is one thing, but like they are really into guitars, and
okay.
they're going through the guitar uh, inspections and whatever, and they're like meticulous and they take everything out of the box. They measure it. There are these services you can do to get the frets absolutely perfect, and they're showing us all this. And me and the other comedian are like, we don't own guitars.
We don't care.
I mean, I'm very interested. It's super interesting, but at the same time, like this is kind of wasted on me. Like in the background there, I've got a couple of ukuleles. Where are there
Yeah, there you
ukuleles?
go. Uh-huh.
And so I like ukuleles, and I can play a ukulele pretty good, but I've never been a guitar guy.
Okay.
They're like guitar nerds, just
Yeah, they're
way
so excited to share it with
uh,
you.
but it's just one of those weird things that there's no reason that I should be allowed to go here. And they're taking us backstage. They're taking it. I mean, he had to do a key card 50 times. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
we're
It
talking.
sounds illegal,
It
honestly.
sounds illegal, and
It's
it's like
definitely against the HR handbook.
and like being a comedian, I'm telling jokes for
Yeah,
20 minutes on stage, and then I get to tour this billion-dollar facility.
that's
And
crazy.
here's the craziest stat.
Sounds like you were the audience for this, like
Yes.
the audience I had last week. They're like, "We're not really into comedy. Is that all that's going on?"
That it. Uh, the craziest stat that they had from the tour is they put like little bits of candy. They put like a bag of 5 pieces of candy or something in each order. And
"I
he
didn't
said,
get candy. Sweetwater, where's my candy?"
exactly. And so they give you candy, and he says the line item for candy in this place is over $1 million. Like, what? You're
Wow,
spending $1 million on candy?
they're making
But
a lot of money.
yeah, I just think it's weird that comedy will take you inside. I get to go inside this facility.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Speaking of museums, like museums are kind of like a big they're a thing when you're a comedian. You got to kill time on the road. We've been talking about the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. I went to Judy Garland's childhood home in northern Minnesota. Probably the coolest museum I've been to as a comedian. Just driving through northern Minnesota with a feature, no plans. We got to kill tons of time that day. Maybe we'll go to a movie. We randomly drive through this small middle of nowhere town, and there's a sign, turn right for Judy Garland's childhood home. We turned right, and there's like a full-on museum. They built a museum and like connected it to like this log cabin. It's from like the, I don't know, 1890s or something. Somebody can fact check that, but I learned so much about Judy Garland, and it kind of interesting. It made the national news because they have the ruby slippers there, except when I went, they're not the real ruby slippers, because the ruby slippers are worth like $1 million, and somebody burgled them.
Yes, I've
from
heard
this
that.
poor little place. It's like so tiny, and somebody just like, I mean, they had no security at all. They just like, knocked in a pane of glass and undid the doorknob and went in and took the slippers. Terrible. They had the Munchkin cart and all kinds of cool stuff. It was pretty neat.
So I like The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And Judy Garland was great in it, obviously. Is that the level of celebrity, though, that we need to like preserve the childhood home of? I mean, that seems like a pretty low bar.
I think it's about that town being super proud
else
of Judy Garland being from there.
So if she was from Chicago, her house is torn down.
Totally. 100%.
Absolutely. Okay. So it's saying a lot more about the sadness of the town.
Well, I mean, Wizard of Oz is kind of
totally iconic. Absolutely.
Maybe the top 10 movie in history.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a big deal there.
You were talking about this, like movies that have a scene that just blows your mind.
Yeah.
I wonder if Wizard of Oz was that, and specifically,
I know what you're going to say.
When it turns to color.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, because it's black and white, and then
it's more like brown and white. It's like it's monochrome. Yeah. But it's not black and white. It's more like brown and white. At least when I just saw it in the Sphere.
Yeah. And that must have been a real. I mean, if you didn't know that was coming,
I had no idea about anything. I did a really good job, except there was a drunk lady that was not seated next to me, but part of my group, and was spoiling things.
Wait, are you saying that you have not seen The Wizard of Oz? But
no. I've seen it, but like we talked about last episode, they have 4D movies, and this was 5D. So there's like special stuff that happens that you wouldn't get in a normal viewing experience.
Yeah, but know that
this lady kept spoiling. She kept saying, "Oh, I don't want to give anything away," but she was spoiling it's about to happen, and she would give it away. I couldn't hear her, thank goodness.
Yeah.
So I turned to somebody. I was like, "That is so cool! I can't believe this!" And they were like, "Yeah, I knew about it a minute ago." Kind of a bummer, actually.
No, I did another tour again. Now this was not connected. I wasn't just because of comedy, but I was up in the Cleveland area, and it was winter time, but not quite Christmas. And my wife and I toured the Christmas Story house.
Oh, cool!
House from the Christmas Story is in Cleveland, the Cleveland area, and super fun, really interesting, and really like, oh, I can totally picture this the whole time.
So the reason I brought up museums originally was because I was just in a town, Pocatello, Idaho, this weekend, which I was told in the town the night before, Soda Springs, Idaho, that I have a joke where it's helpful to know about a rundown town nearby. In Denver, I say Pueblo. If anybody's from Colorado, that's the kind of vibe we're looking for. And everybody told me to say Pocatello. So Pocatello is the Pueblo of Idaho, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dispel that myth in a second. But what's funny is I was driving around Pocatello, and they have something called the Museum of Clean. What do you think that is? I didn't know. I had to look it up.
of clean, I would think it would be like cleaning products.
That's
And
right. They have the very first vacuum, like in a glass
no way.
case.
The first vacuum.
That's what I found when I looked it up on Google Maps. There, like all kinds of
Wow.
cleaning stuff. So I think that's just funny. Like
Yes.
who wants to go to what's the audience for that? But it's especially funny that the Museum of Clean is in this, like what
Yeah.
people are saying is a dirty town. Maybe it's
Well,
a PR
I'm
effort.
sure you would love it because you're Colorado's second cleanest comedian, right?
I didn't even think of that. I'm gonna have to go back to Pocatello's, get lunch at Goodies. Or to Pocatello. Pocatello, by the way, very nice.
Yeah.
I slept in a parking lot in Pocatello in my car, and I woke up and did a beautiful hike. It was really nice. Upper, lower, middle creek or something like that. I forget what it was called, but it's very pretty. It's the only hike in Pocatello. People will know it. And yeah, I liked Pocatello. They had this great, like, it's a college town. They have Idaho State University, which I hadn't heard of. Go Bengals. I think they're Bengals. They had pictures of tigers everywhere. And the word roar, ROAR. That's another hard word to say, roar.
Roar.
Roar. Yeah. That makes me feel like I'm saying it wrong. Anyways, cool town. Goodies is delicious if you ever get out there. Real college food. I got a sub, and the sub was served like a pizza.
Huh.
Try and envision this. Like you fill up the hoagie, right?
Yeah.
And then you like deconstruct it. You flatten it. And then so you got like the meat and the cheese and whatever. And then you run it through like the Quiznos style oven, and you slice it up into pieces, and you're eating pieces of the sub, which are like bread, cheese, meat, veggies, little stack. It's kind of, I've never seen that before. I don't know if there's a word for that or, yeah.
That's
well, anyways, I'm eating banana bread, Jake. Made banana bread today.
Oh,
so good.
Did you have old bananas and you're like, I gotta.
Even better. On a drive back from this road trip, we'll talk about the road trip. I drove from Park City, Utah to Denver yesterday. And sorry, chewing podcast rookie right here. We're gonna make him wait for it. All right. So I'm driving back, and I go like through Wyoming, through Fort Collins, and right before Fort Collins, I see these little handmade signs for like a fruit stand. And so I pull off. It takes like 2 minutes out of my way to go to this fruit stand, which is like the most impressive fruit stand I've ever been to. It's like a whole farmer's market in one little place. Like there's a whole farm there. There's a farmhouse. And then there's just this huge, like, they had everything, every kind of fruit, vegetable, etc. And they had already like overripe bananas, like a whole table of them. I think they were just throwing them away. So they were like, why don't we sell these 50 cents a pound? Which honestly, I don't know if that's a good deal or a bad deal because bananas are so cheap already. But they were 50 cents a pound. I got like 7, brown bananas. They were like yellowish brown. And I made banana bread. So I didn't have to wait at all. No waiting.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds ridiculous. Yeah.
It was so delicious. I wish I knew the name of the place so I could shout it.
I'm good. I'm glad.
I got plums and pears and peaches and a watermelon and homemade salsa. Incredible fresh homemade salsa.
That's good. Yeah, bananas are one of those that when they turn, man, they get gross. And I'm like, I can't even look at this thing. Or you take a bite and it's too mushy. You're like,
oh, no, you can't eat them. You can't eat them without a pound of sugar and a bunch of flour. But you put the pound of sugar and some walnuts and some dark chocolate chips.
Yeah,
just right, man. So yeah, I did go on this 3-day road trip. Kind of a shorter trip for me. Usually when I'm like loading up the car with my bed and all this stuff, I'm like going out for longer. And I made, let's just say, some packing errors. I made a couple mistakes when I was loading up the car because I was kind of in a rush and I just didn't take it as seriously as I probably should have. And the biggest mistake I made was all around the gym stuff. So when I'm on the road, sleeping in the car, I figure in my head, I figure $100 to $150 every night I'm getting paid to sleep in my car. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not spending that money on a hotel. But I have to shower somewhere. So
Yeah.
I have a Planet Fitness. Jake, I don't want to flex on you. I know you're a big guy. I'm a big deal in the Planet Fitness world. I am a Black Card member. Okay.
Whoa.
Folks
Whoa.
out there, we're not sponsored yet, but go to planetfitness.com/make it and get a discount on a Black Card membership.
You're just gonna make up your own promo codes.
Yes, we're just making them up. If they don't accept it, tell them it's their fault.
Oh, yeah.
So most people use that benefit so they can get into the Black Card lounge, which is nice. It's a little private, a little out of the way. They got tanning booths and massage things and extra accessories that aren't available to the regular riffraff in the gym. But the big selling point to me is a regular Planet Fitness membership is specific to a location.
Yeah.
So you can't go to other Planet Fitnesses. I can go to any Planet Fitness in the country.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So and are they open all night, or are they open just really
it varies by the place.
Yeah.
I went to one in Salt Lake City. Boy, was that just yesterday? Gosh, sometimes, man, travel is great. No, I'm sorry. It was 2 days ago. It was 2 days ago. I went to the one in Salt Lake City that was open 24/5.
Huh.
Now, what do you think that means?
I mean, it sounds like they're closed all day Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I would think too. But no, they're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. And the other 5 days of the week, they're open 24/5. So I would maybe change that to 24/5 plus.
Yeah.
24/5 asterisk. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyways, a lot of them are open. Not a lot, I wouldn't say. The big city ones are open 24/7. But a lot of them they close at like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So anyways, I shower at these places. And when you shower, you put your stuff in your locker. I got a little padlock thing. I lock it up. I've learned I did get my wallet stolen out of a locker once. So I shouldn't talk about this on air. I'm not giving away any security protocols. But I will say this. I forgot my padlock this time.
No.
So that was one of the things I forgot. Also, I've been using the same bottle of body wash probably for 3 or 4 years, and the lid cracked on it 3 years ago. So I keep it in a gallon Ziploc bag, and it leaks all the time. I try and hold it up, but it's leaking all the time. And it had, in between my last road trip, it completely leaked. It was completely empty. And so I had no body wash. But that's okay, because about a quarter of the time, the showers have little hand soap dispensers with body wash in them.
Yeah.
But only a quarter of the time. Struck out. When I went to take my first shower, I had no body wash. The shower had no body wash. I was just showering with hot water. It was not, so no padlock, no body wash.
No.
So they have these little lockers at some of the Planet Fitnesses up front by the desk. So I put my valuables in that locker, and you set the combination. And it's kind of cool. I've never used one of those tiny lockers up front. It had a little charging thing, like a USB port, like you'd see in an airport. So you can like charge your phone while you're working out, which I think is pretty cool. But I watch shows on my phone while I'm working out usually. So anyways, long way to say I didn't pack super well. And I got a new do you ever sleep in your car?
No.
Yeah, you're a big deal. You're a big deal.
I'm a big deal. I'm also pretty big, and it's hard. I've tried. So here's the crazy. Before, I mean, I had done comedy. Actually, I'm not sure if I've ever done comedy at this point in my life. I was in the PhD program, and I would drive, and I was in a module. So I would spend usually about 10 days in a row in Kentucky in school, and then come back to Denver. And I had the idea of I'm going to sleep in my car for those 10 days.
It's a
Yeah,
long time.
it's a long time.
I just did
But
3 nights,
there
and I'm
was
sleepy.
there's a gym on campus that
Yep,
has a shower, so I
yep,
got that. In class all day long.
yep,
Afterwards, we go out to dinner. It's literally just sleeping.
yep.
And I did the first night. I could not get in the groove. I was too nervous. Something
Yeah.
about it was like,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna you want some pointers?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so this is so the two big things are when I say I sleep in my car, people might be thinking I'm in the driver's seat, just like taking an 8-hour nap. It's
Yeah.
not it at all. I got the passenger seat all the way up. I have a bed behind it that I'm over 6 feet tall,
Yeah.
and I completely stretched out.
Yeah.
So I and it's like a sandwich. It's a piece of particle board that's 6'2", and like barely wider than my body. So like
Yeah.
a single bed.
Yeah.
Then I put a yoga mat down
Yeah.
because the particle board, it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
you'll get, what's the word I'm looking for? When you get little slivers of wood in your
Oh, Splinter.
splinter, it's like splintery. So you put down the yoga mat to protect against that. And I have a little mattress that folds into three. It's not the best mattress. It doesn't have springs or
Yeah.
anything, but I have sometimes I'll like stay at a comics house or
Yeah.
something, and I can just carry in just the mattress and I can sleep on their floor. Like even if they have like an apartment and no couch, like I can sleep indoors at least on that. I rarely do that though. And then on top of the mattress, I have bedding. So I have like a real fitted sheet,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
a sheet, a blanket, a pillow. Also helps when you get pulled over by a cop. I'm gonna. It's not 9 times out of 10. It's actually 3 times out of 4. They will not give you a ticket because they see the bed,
Yeah.
and who's gonna come on? Who's gonna write a ticket to somebody who's obviously sleeping in their car? Uh, so that's number
Wait,
one.
wait, okay, hold on. So you set it up and then start driving. So it's
Yeah,
you're
yeah. I just broke it down yesterday. I got back to Denver. I broke everything down, and over the years, I've like evolved this system.
yeah,
Now the platform, the wooden thing, I
yeah.
put a piano hinge in the middle, so it can
What?
fold up, and that's useful. The way the car, like these last 3 days, I could not have had anybody else in the car. The
Yeah,
passenger seat is too far up. But
yeah.
if I'm ever going to drive somebody else, I can deconstruct the bed on the road and fold the wood in half and pull the passenger seat back a little bit.
Gotcha.
Then I got to put it all back together. That's kind of a hassle. I try
Wait,
not to do that, but
but that I was comfortable laying down. I had an SUV. I had the seats down. It was not a comfort issue.
okay. I have a solution for what you're going to say, but
It
keep
was
going.
the nervousness. It was
Yes,
the
absolutely. So two things. One, a funny story. I think this is in my book, but which is called Not Good Yet. You can get it at notgoodyet.com, or on Amazon. The very first night I slept in my car, I was so nervous. I was
yeah,
in a rest area, I think on I-70, driving to Kansas. And I go in to brush my teeth in the rest area bathroom, and I'm walking back, and I'm like shaking. I'm so nervous. And while I was inside brushing my teeth, right next to my car, a single mother with 2 kids and a dog pulled up in like a tiny Honda car
yeah.
and was getting ready to go to sleep for the night.
Huh.
And I was like, if she can do this, I can do this. And at the time, I was an idiot. I was just like sleeping on my Subaru Outback, like which wasn't even flat because the
Yeah,
back seat was like at an angle. I
yeah,
just had a blanket and I was just sleeping basically in a trunk,
yeah.
like no padding, anything. And I didn't block out the windows. So this is tip number 2. You block out all your windows. And
Mhm.
it's not easy to do, but it's not impossible either. It just takes time. You get some pieces of cardboard. If you look on YouTube, you can find,
Yeah, yeah,
look up some homeless guy's YouTube channel. How do you live in your car? That's basically what I did. And so you cut out a piece of cardboard that would fit, and then you go to the dollar store and you buy that silver stuff that you put in your windshield to block the sun, and you
yeah,
just tape it on the cardboard and you just stick it into all the pieces. The windshield and the rear windshield can be tricky sometimes. Sometimes you buy special things. that are more expensive. But basically, when I'm in the car, it is mostly pitch black, which is nice, and nobody can see in, so I feel way more safe and secure.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize it went all that far.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what happened on this trip? My rear windshield thing broke in the middle of when I went to New Orleans. It broke around New Orleans, and I was like still using it, but it was kind of broken. And I ordered a new one, fancier one, and the fancy one kind of stinks, and it's got like lines. And sometimes I'm sleeping in hotel parking lots, and they got bright lights, and so there was like a light coming in, but nothing an eye mask can't fix.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So that's all the not great packing, and that's all the tips on sleeping in your car.
Yeah. Well, I did a bunch of shows at in Summit City Comedy Club in Fort Wayne, and something about Fort Wayne, man. They like me. I am relatable.
You found your audience?
I am relatable in Fort Wayne, Indiana, man.
Okay. You're the right size. But too bad you're not so big there.
Yeah.
Kind of average.
I've got an average there. But it just goes straight. Something about it, man. And I was giving away business cards left and right.
Nice.
And so, and the idea is just followers and social media and subscribers and all that stuff. And people will be like, man, that guy was really funny, but what was his name again? And it's basically a way for like, here's what my name is.
So what's on your business card?
So here's my business card. I got it right here. Honestly, I think I have the best business card in the world.
You do or you do not?
I do.
Okay.
So it made it look like a Pokemon card.
Nice.
And so there's jokes kind of like in the text of it. It's funny. There's, all sort of stuff. But really the point is.
Let me see the other side.
Nothing.
You got to fix that, dude.
It's one side. Well, the idea, I did it on purpose. First of all, it's cheaper. But it's also the if someone wants an autograph, then I autograph it back. Which I gave away probably 10 autographs over the weekend.
Nice.
I mean, because I'm telling you, man, Fort Wayne loves me. But
can I sneak in a quick autograph story?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and keep it clean. I autographed my first pair of fill in the blank.
Testicles.
Boobs this weekend. Shout out to Soda Springs, Idaho. At request. It was a request. They bought a book. I signed the book, and they're with their husband. Wow. Yeah. And we're very insistent. We really wanted it. We're very excited. It was a great show, killer show. So anyways, first for me. I don't know if you've ever done that, but
no,
didn't charge anything. It was free. Ladies out there, I guess there'll probably never be a charge for that.
What a ridiculous thing. Yeah, that's a weird one, man. So anyway, but so I was running out. I didn't bring enough, and there's 6 shows. I'm giving them away like crazy. Everyone's loving it. So I gotta get some more. So I'll go to the UPS store. So I have enough so that you can put 9 of them on.
And you just slice them up,
and then I'll just cut them with a piece with a pair of scissors. And so it's nice. I feel I'm also killing time because I had nothing to do all day long, and I'm doing it. I go to the UPS store, and the gal behind the counter was like, "We can't make copies. Like, there's a copy machine right there. Like, yeah, but none of us are trained on how to do it." I'm thinking,
and it's like behind the desk.
No, it's not. It's in front of the desk.
Oh, can you make them?
I asked, and like, no, you're not allowed. And like, what do you mean you're not trained? There's four people are working. 4 adults are working at the UPS store, and it's blowing my mind that they're not trained on the copy machine. It's one button.
Yeah.
I mean, put it on. I mean, we're talking about the regular copy machine.
That's so frustrating.
You lift the thing, you put it down.
And where you're in Fort Wayne, Indiana?
Fort Wayne, Indiana. And
so like not the middle of nowhere, but kind of a small place.
Yeah. And so, but they were saying the manager is going to come back in a half an hour, and she knows how to do it. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's infuriating. I can't believe that.
And so, but the cool thing was my hotel was like in the same parking lot.
Oh,
I
cool.
just go back over to my hotel. I have lunch. I come back, and this woman, the only person in this entire organization who is capable of making a copy, which is like I have made copies like this as my
Well,
life.
was there like a key you needed or like a
Nope,
key card to
nope,
no?
nope. I mean, it is. I was a teacher for many years. I have made, if not
No,
tens of
yeah,
thousands.
I know how to make copies,
Yeah,
but like sometimes at these commercial
nope.
places, like because they don't want the riffraff coming in, there's some code you got to type in, or
Yeah, there was a
even when you were
code.
a teacher, you might have had a code.
There was a code,
Okay.
but it's just a regular copy machine,
Yeah, I
like
get
the
that.
normal. Everyone has used this copy machine, and so I give her the cards, and she puts them down and runs a test, and it doesn't come out real well. And she like scoots them, and I have nowhere to be, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But it is taking forever.
Oh
It
my
took
God.
her like 45 minutes to get these copies. And the nuttiest thing was, uh, so I'm making copies of something pretty silly, right?
Yeah.
The Pokemon card of me,
Yep.
and and at the end of it, she's like, "Oh, so you're a comedian?" We chat a little bit. Uh, that later the next night, the UPS that lady she comes through the comedy club.
Oh, amazing.
I
You
don't
should
know.
have got her a free ticket.
I know I should have. But
Or you should have traded tickets for the copy expense.
that's right.
So
Yeah.
are you ordering fresh ones like professionally now?
I have a lot at the house. I just
Oh,
don't.
you forgot to bring them with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got.
I just re-upped my business cards. I
Yeah.
had some misprint business cards that I was filling in with in
Mhm.
between. And I bought so many this time because I ran out last time. And now I have like regret because like I don't love the design. And I'm like, it's gonna be 2 years before I can reorder
Yeah.
new business cards.
Yeah.
That's
I
wild.
I
By the
think.
way, a quick side note about the autograph situation that I was discussing.
Yep.
I have a little GoPro, and I asked the husband to record the the signing. And as part of the recording, I made sure to say, "Hey, what is it that you want?" So that they said it out loud. So it was obvious that I was getting permission, and I was
Yes.
trying to get the
Yes.
whole thing right. But the husband's drunk, so I do this whole thing, and he screwed up the recording.
Oh no.
He didn't record at all. So I'm like, oh, jeez. So I have no evidence.
No evidence at all of this.
Ah, but
Well, there
Soda
you go.
Springs. So I go to Soda Springs, Idaho. Great show. Love Soda Springs. Little tiny. This is one of these. We were talking last week about smoking, and this was like a cigar lounge,
Yeah.
basically, like a cigarette room in the back of a bar.
Yeah.
So there's like 8 smoke eaters in it, and it's like the size of your room right
Mm.
there. There's like maybe 40 chairs. At first, there's like 10 people there, but by the time I got on stage, we're like 30 people there. It was pretty, it was a fun room. I had a great time. And you were talking recently about doing crowd work and having a blast. I probably did half an hour of crowd work.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, not that I was great at it. They were laughing at everything. And it was just blowing their mind. Very simple,
Yeah.
like that I could remember that so and so worked at whatever.
Yep.
And it actually like one of the funniest things was that 3 or 4 of the people I talked to worked at the hospital. So I was just like joking that the entire hospital staff is
Yeah.
here at the show right now. Who's at the hospital? Right.
Yeah.
So
That's
anyway, so it's a smoking. Where was I going with that? It's a smoking room, and before the show's supposed to start at 8 o'clock, and Soda Springs is called Soda Springs because there's a geyser that you can see, and it happens to be right behind the bar,
Hmm.
and it goes off every hour on the hour. So I'm like, I'm gonna miss the beginning of the show, but I'm gonna walk over and watch it go off at 8 o'clock. And
Yeah.
it's got a short hike. I would call it 12 to 14 steps
Ah,
up to a viewing platform adjacent to the parking lot behind this
yeah.
bar where I'm performing. Incredible. I'm so excited to see this geyser. I get up there 7:58. I get the GoPro, sun setting. It's beautiful. There's a little bubbling, but it's gonna, it's gonna pop. I read the little description. 8 o'clock hits. All the city lights, I see them turn on. So the timer's working. No geyser. 8:01, 8:02. I still got the GoPro going. 8:03, 8:04, 8:05. I quit and go back into the show. And I'm like, when I finally get on stage, I'm like, what's going on with that geyser? I was there from like 8 to 8:05, never went off. They're like, oh yeah, it's broken.
Geyser's broken.
I'm like, how long has it been broken? They're like, probably 6 months. It's been out for a while. I'm like, put up a sign, let people know that they're, and then this is the other crazy thing. So in the distance, when you're on the viewing platform, looking at the geyser, and I asked the audience this, apparently looking to the north, if you ever go to Soda Springs, they're mountains. It's a very beautiful place. And in a valley between two mountains, about once every 5 minutes, I was seeing what looked like a volcano, like a bright flame going off. And so I go back in, I go to the show, I'm doing my set, and I'm like, is there any chance I saw a Yellowstone? Was that Yellowstone with like lighting on it? And they're like, no, that's the Monsanto phosphate plant. So it's just toxic chemicals exploding in the air.
Wow.
I thought it was some beautiful piece of nature, and it was not.
No, it's not. I got some advice I'm going to ask for you. So
nice. Okay.
I am doing a show on Tuesday. So just in just a couple of days. It's the Funniest Person in Cincinnati show. It's at Go Banana. So it's the finals. So I was in the finals last year. The finals was the format was a little different. There was one winner, and it was just audience vote. And the guy, I'm not saying the guy wasn't funny. The guy wasn't like a seasoned comedian, but he brought a ton of people.
Yeah,
half of the room was this one guy's room. But he's really more of an amateur.
Okay.
For years, they had two divisions. They had amateur and semi-pro.
Okay.
And this year, they brought it back. So last year, they tried an experiment. Apparently, they didn't like the way the experiment went. And this year, they're bringing back the amateur semi-pro division. So I'm in the old the semi-pro division there. And so the question is, what about material? What about doing the same material for all three shows? So I've already done a prelim and a semifinals, and now we're in the finals. Should I do the same closer? I'm specifically thinking about my one closing joke, which has been absolutely crushing. Should I do that joke? That's the question.
Are the other competitors bringing a lot of people to each of these shows?
Well, the amateurs are.
But there's only 4 people in this finals, right?
No, I think the semi-pros in this division has, I want to say it's got like 8.
Oh, so you're competing against 7 other people.
7 other people in the semi-pro division.
Okay, so in the semi-pro division, are the other 7 competitors, do you suspect they're going, like how many people in aggregate are they bringing that would have seen you previously?
That's the thing, is I don't think there's going to be a lot of the audience.
Okay. Well, then I think you do your tried and true closer.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's really the only factor that I would consider. Is because, like, let's say it's a 100-person room and 50 people have already seen the joke before. Yeah, that could ruin it for just like the other week we were talking about going to a comedy movie and nobody's in the theater. You need other people laughing around you for it to go viral or whatever. There's a better word for that, but yeah, I think you stick. I don't know. I think you stick with the tried and true.
That's so trying to have the absolute best set as opposed to any sort of novelty. That's interesting. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah. So what's your argument for novelty?
I mean, I'm in the semi-pros. I've got plenty of material. You
If it
know,
was the same night,
if it was
I
the
would
same
say,
night, yeah,
yeah, but if it's separated by time and the audience is gonna be different, I mean, you could hang out in the lobby
yeah,
and just ask people, "Hey, have you ever seen me before?"
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, just get a sampling. Or if
yeah,
people come up to you and you're like, "Oh, man, you were great last week or
yeah,
last month," whatever, then you might be like, "Oh, maybe I should do something different."
yeah.
And you don't know your order yet, do you?
I think I'm last.
Oh, well,
So,
that helps a lot because you could, like, judge the competition,
ah,
and if it doesn't seem like you need your big closer, you
ah,
could feel more confident switching to other material, if
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah. I think it's the feeling is I've got so much. I mean, I should be able to do 3 completely different 7-minute bits, 7-minute sets, and I
Yeah,
can.
yeah,
Obviously, I can,
yeah.
but I really like this closer. It's relatively new. It's a lot of fun. It absolutely blows the roof off the place, you know. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not one to give, comedy competition advice,
yeah.
kind of an Achilles heel for me.
Mm.
But I have one coming up, so we'll see how that goes.
What's that? What's that
I'm
one?
doing 7 minutes. It's the Vegas one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 So we'll see how that goes. I'm also the closer, which is kinda, I think, good. Hopefully, the audience isn't too tired, but,
Yeah.
I'm excited about. I think that gives me a little bit of an advantage. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'm sticking to
hey, do you use, fast food apps?
Yes. Yes.
So, like, like, I don't, and every time I go through a fast food drive-through, they're like, "Are you using the app today?" And I'm like, "No, that's why
I
I'm here. I'm
I tried,
I'm here to order," and I don't really understand about them. But you use them?
I tried, um, Taco Bell once. I don't like the Taco Bell app. It
Okay.
wasn't user friendly enough for me. But the McDonald's app, they have dialed that thing in.
Okay, well, this is what I wanna talk about,
Yeah,
is the McDonald's app. So
it's
I was
yeah,
worried about being late to a gig, had to get lunch,
mhm,
and thought, "Well, I'm gonna be fancy. I've heard about these apps. I'm gonna pre-order my meal on the McDonald's app." So I download it,
yep.
I create an account, I get the email, I, verify that that's my email, and I place my order, and I show up 10 minutes later, and I'm like, "Where's my food?" You get 3 choices. They can bring it out to your car.
Yep.
You can go through the drive-through, which I think is an insane move. Who would do that? Or I guess if you're really lazy, but why wouldn't you just have them bring it out to you? What is the advantage of going through the drive-through? The
I mean,
soda fresher or something? I don't know. And the third option is go in and pick it up, like your DoorDash or
yep.
something. So that's what I chose. That seemed like it would be the fastest because I
Mhm,
didn't want to sit in that spot waiting for them to come to me. And I definitely didn't want to do the drive-through. That's going to be the slowest, right? So the
yep.
quickest is to run in. So I run in, nobody's really waiting there. So I'm like, this is going to go so quick. And I look in the they got a thing where you could pick up a bag from,
Yeah.
nothing in it. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I ordered 10 minutes ago. Might as well fire up the app." And then I fire up the app, and the app has a button that says, "I'm here." Like, you can let
Uh,
them know you're there. And so I press it, and it's like, "Okay, your food will be ready in 3 to 5 minutes," or something like that. I'm like, "Why weren't you making it already? What is going on? This
that
is
was
so
the
dumb."
ordering. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, that's crazy.
I
I use the app a little bit more for rewards and like,
Okay.
it tracks, so you get some free stuff. You get a little coupon code here and there. More than I have ordered in it, and you're gonna think I'm one of these savages, but I've ordered in it and then gone through the drive-through, and the reason is so then you go to especially if you have a little bit of a complicated order. Right?
Okay, because
If
you
you're
wanna
doing
check it.
if you're doing like I did it when I was doing keto stuff, and I'm like, so I'm ordering this without a bun, but with this, and like
Yeah.
okay, whatever. And so you tell them the order, just tell them a number. You don't have to say I want it this way and that, and no special. All I'm saying is a number, and then they make it. And so the drive-through conversation is, what do you want? My code is this, and then they say, okay, pull around, done. And
Okay, so it's a little quicker. Actually, maybe if you're like listening to something in your car,
yeah,
maybe you'd prefer to stay in the car, but still I feel like running out would
yeah,
generally be quicker than the drive-through, but maybe the run out isn't reliable.
yeah. Have
Um,
you ever had someone drive while you're sleeping in your bed in the back?
no,
That
never.
seems like that would be such a
Ha-
baller move.
ha-
Wouldn't that be like the best?
Have you read Bruce Springsteen's biography,
No,
autobiography, I think
no,
it
no, no.
is? There's some crazy stories in it when they were poor, and I think it's pretty relatable to comedy. Like
Yeah,
when they were trying to make it, like the kinds of things they went through, and like getting ripped off by bars and just crazy hell gigs and driving. And there was some story that I can't remember the exact details, but I think like multiple members of the band were sleeping in a flatbed truck
yeah,
while it was driving,
yeah.
and it's like freezing cold outside.
My goodness.
And they got all the band equipment, they got to deal with. And no, I've never been in that situation.
Okay,
Never had the bed set up and a second person in the car.
that would be
I
fun.
guess you could have a second person in the car in the bed.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's a question. This kind of struck me as weird yesterday. I got paid from the club, and it's a very well-run club, and I did 6 shows for them, and they pay pretty well for the work that I was doing, and they pay you in cash.
Love it. Cash
I
is
hate
king.
it. I'm not.
Run it to the bank.
Well, if you give me a check, then I can just take a picture of it, and we're done.
Yeah.
So
I like that. Cash is fine. When I'm doing merch, cash is great.
yeah, because the checkout process is faster than them tapping or doing a Venmo.
Yeah, and every once in a while they don't have change and they don't ask for change. They're like,
Yes.
I'll just give you a 10, or I'll take an extra sticker or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Yeah, I like that. In the merch line, I prefer cash, but from a gig, I think it'd be weird. Wouldn't you think it'd be weird if you like did a college and they just like handed you, a couple of $100 bills?
Well, a few years ago, I paid a comic a lot of money, like over $1,000. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say how much over $1,000, but more than $1,000.
yeah.
And at the time, I was paying people by Venmo, but Venmo, anytime I paid over like maybe $300,
Mm,
there was like an 80% chance it would give an error, which I spent so much time on the phone with Venmo that eventually I learned it just meant that they went to get the money from your bank. The bank had plenty of money to give, but they detected fraud. Like the robots said, this is fraudulent. And then once you got that error, the only thing you could do was wait 24 hours and 1 minute and try again. And it
yeah.
would sometimes take me 3 to 4 days of requesting over 24 hours before it would finally go through. And sometimes I'd chunk it up into smaller payments and like explain to people, like, I don't know why my Venmo was like this. Cause I talked to other people where their Venmo was fine. I don't
Mm,
know if it was my bank on the back end or what the deal was. So, anyways, with this comedian, I brought the equivalent cash payment in case the Venmo didn't go through because it was so much money. And I didn't think they might be nervous that if I didn't pay them in person, that they might never get it or something. And I wanted them to have a good experience. I wanted to work with them again, etc. Anyways, so of course the Venmo payment
good.
said error 123. And so I handed him a lot of money, a lot of cash. And he was
Wow.
thrilled. He was very happy. I,
I mean,
I'm still trying to get the W-9 from him, by the way,
wouldn't you write a check?
or whatever it is. I don't have physical checks.
Ah,
Yeah. So I can mail a check like through the
yeah, yeah.
what do you call it?
Bill pay.
ePay or some bill pay. Bill pay. Yeah, bill pay. And then it gets mailed out. And about once a year, I do that a lot, but about once a year, those checks get lost in the mail.
Yeah.
And they just never arrive. And I got to cancel the check and resend it. It's kind of a hassle running a club. So, question about going back to McDonald's. I not to completely embarrass myself, but I did get this thing.
Pause for 1 second. I like that I asked you questions about business and comedy, and you're asking me questions about fast food.
It's not a question, it's more a statement. But I guess I did start by, do you have the fast food app? So well, you're also asking me about sleeping in my car. So
That's true. That's true.
there's some yeah.
There are things that both of us are experts at. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Well, anyway, so I got an adult Happy Meal. McDonald's has like adult Happy Meals now, where you can choose to pay for like I have a joke about Grimace, so I was very excited to get hopefully a Grimace toy, and so I order a Happy Meal, and by default, this is if we have any international viewers, this might blow their mind. By default, the adult Happy Meal comes with a milkshake. That is a wild move.
That is a wild move.
I got like a 10-piece nugget, French fries, and a milkshake by default. And you pick your flavor. And here's where I'm going with this. I got a chocolate milkshake. And I was very annoyed that I forgot to say no whipped cream. I don't like this new thing. When did this start that every fast food milkshake, they put whipped cream on top of the milkshake?
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't want the whipped cream. I'm trying to be healthy eating this milkshake.
I'm trying to be healthy.
Why are you throwing this whipped cream on my fake ice cream milkshake?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And, they got the special like the lids that are like
domed lids. Yeah.
Dome. Yeah. Good word. Good job. The dome lids. And I don't even think there was a no. Sometimes there'll be like no ketchup, or there's like an option for some no pickles. You're getting a Big Mac, and you can subtract the pickles. They're forcing the whipped cream on us. Big whipped cream is out of control. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So that was a statement. No question.
No question there. Well, here's a comedy related question is talking about the unwritten rules of comedy, and specifically the unwritten rules of being a feature at a comedy club. So in a 3-man
host, feature, headliner. I'm with
you. The feature responsibilities or this feature.
I got strong opinions here. Keep going.
So I had a couple of them, but let's have you throw one out first.
Don't do crowd work.
Yes, totally agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's very strong. So again, this weekend, I was the feature for 5 shows, and I was the host for 1 show. And for 5 shows, the feature did not do crowd work, and for 1 show, the feature did.
Okay.
And I'm not for it. Okay, here's one. Here's one that I want to see. Okay, and do we know why? I've heard the rationale a couple of different ways, but
I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but probably the easiest reason is the headliner might not watch your set, and you don't want to set them up for failure to like ask the same lady, "What do you do for a living?"
Yes,
and then he or she looks like a jerk because they weren't paying attention to your set. You don't want to force them to watch, especially if it's like a 6-show weekend. A headliner, if they're polite, they'll watch one of your sets. Yes. They don't want to watch all of your sets. Give me a break.
No way. No. And it can also, it's more risky. And it can also, now you have set up another reason is that you've set up the audience expectations to like, that's what we are now going to get. So you can get a much chattier audience.
Yep. Good point.
As opposed to a guy coming up there and just like, I think I had 2 or 3 instances where someone yelled something at me while I was on stage, and I just ignore it.
Yeah. Okay.
As if I didn't hear it.
Yep.
And because it's true that the people around them could have heard it, but the people on the other side of the room, they didn't hear it either.
Right.
So me continuing doesn't feel that weird.
Yeah.
So some people just want the attention. Okay, so here's another one related to merch. I don't think the feature should sell the same. The feature, first of all, is allowed to sell merch, but second of all, I don't think the feature should sell the same type of thing that the headliner is selling, especially if the headliner is only selling kind of one category.
Hard disagree.
Really?
Hard
So
to disagree. And this is a little controversial. I know a very famous, not very famous, but been on a Tonight Show multiple times, comedian who thinks features should never sell merch, which I think is an insane take.
I don't agree with that.
Insane.
Yeah, I
That's
don't agree with that.
crazy. Features aren't getting paid anything. The
Anything.
only way to make it work is to sell merch.
Yes.
Obviously, you're always going to ask for permission. That's the
Yes.
number one thing. Besides, don't do crowd work. Ask for permission to sell merch.
Yes.
Sometimes a headliner might say there might be qualifications, but I've never heard this qualifications that if I'm selling magnets, you can't sell magnets. What I have heard is what kind of merch are you selling? Stickers. Okay, stickers. I also sell stickers. You have to sell your stickers at my price or higher.
Ooh.
So you can't undercut me on price, which I think is reasonable. I've actually never experienced that personally. I've featured 100 times for different headliners and had this conversation, but I've heard of it happening.
I haven't thought about that. So I like the thing. I like the thought of, if I'm doing t-shirts, you can't do t-shirts.
It's so crazy because like you show up, you don't know the person, you're planning on that income.
If you don't know, you don't know, and there's something. Now,
I mean, it's not like that both the t-shirts say duck farts or whatever.
Yeah. And some guys sell a lot of stuff. Some guys have like 5 or 6 SKUs, as it were. Like, but 5 or 6.
Okay, fancy guy. SKUs is how I would say it. What does that stand for?
I don't know.
You must be unit.
Yeah. But I have had this happen before where I headlined and the feature sold the same thing. I was selling t-shirts. This feature was selling t-shirts, and the feature sold it for half as much as me.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm selling for 20. I mean, that's not an expensive t-shirt, and they're selling it for 10. Like,
yeah, I think it's reasonable to say you got to sell at my price. But the reality is, if you, how do I say this politely? Like, the headliner should be selling more merch because they inverse bury the feature.
Absolutely.
And they have everything set up in their favor to do that. And if somehow the feature is taking merch sales away from the headliner, it's because they earned it on stage.
The reality is they're not going to take any.
I can't tell you how many times I have crushed in a feature spot and been so excited to sell a lot of merch and then just basically sold nothing. While the headliners, people just don't have long memories. That was an hour ago, dude. Who are you? I don't remember you.
Well, that's why I was so surprised this weekend, because the headliner was doing over 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I'm only doing 20.
Yeah.
And but they're, the people loved it, and
so they're buying a lot of your merch.
That I didn't sell. I just gave away business cards.
Did you do that? Did you ask if you could sell?
I didn't bring merch. I should have.
Hey,
I just didn't.
Leaving money on the table.
I know it now. But
that's milkshake money right there.
Milkshake,
you can upgrade from that soda. I got a soda story. We talked about soda recently. We were talking, I was complaining about like $4 sodas. It's crazy. Out in Idaho, where was this? I think it was the Pocatello area again. No, it wasn't Pocatello. I didn't get to Boise. I think it was Pocatello, Idaho. They have a chain called Soda Barn. Okay. This is a crazy, imagine a business that only sells soda.
Yeah.
Is that viable to you?
That doesn't seem viable to me.
Not hundreds of cars, but like dozens of cars. It looked like a Starbucks. Everyone that I went by, tons of cars. It's absurd. So I'm like, I got to check this place out. I'm not even a big soda guy, but I went and I got to say, Soda Barn, big fan. I got an Idahoan, which was a Dr. Pepper with huckleberry syrup and half and half. Got a medium. It was $2.94 all in. I thought that was a pretty good deal.
That's a pretty good deal for
it's like a special fancy. It really makes that $4 crappy Dr. Pepper that's flat
Yeah.
looks amazing. I will say the one catch is a lot of ice. They're
Ah,
making they're making their money on ice, I think.
ah,
It was like all ice almost. So the 294 maybe not as good a deal if you factor in the ice. I wonder if you can order like half ice
yeah.
or
I,
less,
I've
no
seen
ice
people.
or
I've seen people ordered like that, and like I don't know. I don't like to judge people, but I judge them a little if they say like, "Hey, I like a Dr Pepper light ice." Oh, so you want some ice, but light on it? Like, okay, let's not get
Well,
ridiculous.
is this like a no refill situation?
I don't know, man. I mean, there's something usually not.
Well, when you're judging them in your head, are you judging them because they're being annoying by specifying what they want or because they want extra Dr. Pepper?
No, because and we all want extra Dr Pepper, but to like think it's the workers' opportunity. They have to do something special. I don't
Yeah,
want to like
yeah.
put anybody out. You're
Right,
already getting, you know,
right.
you're already getting a lot for very little at these places.
To give you an idea how busy this soda barn was, I went inside. When I went, there was a long drive-through line, so I just went inside. Also, because I wanted to see the menu and kind of scope out the place.
Menu. That's
They
crazy.
had they had 3 employees
What?
working at once at the soda bar. This is
Wow.
at like 2:30 p.m. on a Friday.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, the soda barn. Hey, I wanted to tell you something about your degenerate gambler thing.
Yes.
You remember this? For
Yeah.
people who maybe don't remember, Jake was asking, "Hey, I'm having some trouble spitting out these words, degenerate gambler, in a joke. Is
Mhm.
there a way to make it funnier or easier to say, whatever?" And I saw this comedian recently, and I was so impressed. This is a famous comedian, and instead of saying make a cell phone call, they said use weekend minutes,
Ah,
which is smart on multiple levels. Like they're doing a longer bit. They've already said make a cell phone call. So it's a variation. So they're not saying the same thing again and again. It also like kind of tells a more interesting story, and weekend has a hard K in it.
yeah.
So it's like it's brilliant. I would just like I love watching really good comedians and being like, that was so smart. That was really like what a great thing. So I in the once I saw that, I thought I need to rewrite some of my jokes. Like
Mhm.
I need to make some word replacements or 2 to 3 word replacements. And so I thought about your degenerate gambler thing and I came up with some ideas.
Okay.
Uh, first one is deadbeat gambler.
Oh,
So no hard K,
yeah.
kind of tells a story because it was about a dad who's
Yeah, yeah.
a problem. And I think it's kind of fun. I think deadbeat, like it's it's interesting. It doesn't really make sense if you like if you really analyze it. Deadbeat gambler, but it kind of does too. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm not saying it's a slam dunk, but you could try it on stage a couple times, see if it works. And then the other one that I came up with was unlucky gambler,
Okay.
which I think is funny because like really all gamblers are unlucky, like on a long enough timeline. But it's funny to think that he like it's like, oh, I'm just unlucky. Like everything would be great if I if I had better luck.
Yeah.
And it has the hard K in it.
Yeah. That's
Um,
fun. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's good. So, yeah, I was thinking about that on stage because, yeah, I did that joke. It's in my joke.
mhm.
And all weekend I did Degenerate Gambler, and I stumbled over it. I remember stumbling over it at least one of the 6 times.
Got it.
And one of the other times I remember going very slow, like Degenerate Gambler, like saying it almost that slow.
Yeah, because you're like in your head
I'm in
thinking,
my
I got
head
to get
trying
this
to,
right.
but also, you know,
And you want like honestly, degenerate is it's a tricky word. Like the audience might not all the audience maybe gets it,
yeah,
especially if you're speaking quickly.
yes,
So, all
exactly. Yeah.
right, we got to wind this down. I've got so
Wind
much more to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
This
Wind
flew.
it
What a
down.
great episode.
Fun
So I'm Mark Masters. Check me out. I got tour dates on markmasters.co. Depending on when you listen to this, you can book me for your private events there. And yeah,
Jake Hovis, you can go to Big Jake Comedy com, and you can book me for your nursing home or church gigs.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh, I got a church story. I'll tell you later. I did a show with a comedian. We'll do it on the next episode, I guess. He runs church shows. I don't really know much about it. My other podcast, Always Booking Comedy. He's going to be a guest on it in January 2026. That's how far out I'm booking right now. Also, I want to apologize to Mountain Home, Idaho. On a recent episode, I said it was Mountain Town, Idaho. It's Mountain Home, Idaho. Very cute place. Hopefully we'll talk about it in a future episode. Had a great show there. Super fun. I'm going to be up in the Pacific Northwest, specifically Richland, Washington, and Medford, Oregon. If anybody lives in those places, check out my website. Come to those shows. Love to see you. That's it. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.